Happy New Year, guys. We all at Couple Studio welcome you guys to 2024. And we are so happy that you guys have been here with us all along. So you guys know that on this platform, we bring you guys amazing, juicy topics that keeps you guys informed and entertained. So on today's episode on Everyday Nigeria, we'll be discussing about an important and informative topic. Yes, and I remain your host, Ella. So on today's episode, we'll be discussing about an important topic, very necessary, and the topic is side hustle. Yes, and I know a whole lot of us, we are used to the word. We know what that means. We know a whole lot about it. But I notice and I know that some people don't know how to go about it, and that is what we are here to discuss today. Yes, and I must let you know that at this point in time in this economy in Nigeria, every single human being needs to have a side hustle. You need to have something you are doing that brings in extra money to your table. Yes, and I must tell you that this is not just for the young people. Yes, it's not just for the young people, because side hustle is any employment someone brings in, like another type of employment you bring in, you do apart from your particular basic job that brings income, extra income to your pockets. So we'll be listing examples, type of side hustling, because not everybody is aware that you can almost do anything. So first here we'll be discussing about social media management. Yes, social media management is a side hustle, and there is money in it. You as being a student, being a stay-at-home mom. There are some stay-at-home mothers that are well educated, but because you recently gave birth, you can't do some things. You can start managing people's social media accounts, and you as a student, you can do that to earn extra money. The second one here is content creation. We all know that this is a tech world. Yes, this is a tech world. So content creation is something that so many people has blown with. You can start it. And funny enough, it's not even, I won't say it's not hard. It is hard. It's something you need to master. But as time goes on, you brush yourself up. So it is something that can also bring money to your pockets, because when you start content creation and you are big out there, people get to bring in offers like adverts. Yes, adverts, yes. And then again, some social platforms do pay content creators for what they do, like TikTok, Facebook, IG, so on. So on the second here is tutoring and teaching online. A whole lot of us that think side hustling stops at selling things online. No, it doesn't end there. You can tutor people online. You can teach people online. You can decide to take on students who are writing WAEC, GCE, SAT. Just pick up any topic. You can start teaching people online, and automatically you get paid for it. And these things doesn't stop you from engaging in your basic work. I've seen a banker who has a side hustle of creating content. Yes, I have. So another one we have here is car wash service. Yes, now is that time that the way Nigeria is, everybody needs to think outside the box. You need to think outside the box. Car washing service is something that brings in a whole lot of money, because the truth is the road now is not good. We don't have good roads in Nigeria. So, and because of this, it creates a whole lot of opportunity for people who owns car washes, because not everybody wants to stress themselves washing their cars. Yes, another one here is barbing shop service. This is money. Will I call it money sucking something? This brings money. As a student, as a worker, as anything, barbing salon is something that brings in money. And another one I would love to talk about is online drop shipping. Most people engage in this. I personally engage in this. Yes, and I can tell you that it helps. It doesn't just bring money. It's it markets you, it sends you to the world where you get to meet a whole lot of people, interact with a whole lot of people. You can drop ship bags, shoes, electronics, gadgets, a whole lot of things you can drop ship. So these are very, 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 very necessary, and there is money in all of this. So there is something I would love to also talk about here is some people that know how to run a successful side hustle in Nigeria. So let's look at that, because sometimes we find it hard. You don't know the position to focus, and you don't know whether I should sell wig, whether I should sell this, whether I should run a barbing salon, whether I should step into the content creation world. So here I'll be telling you guys tips for a successful side hustling in Nigeria. The first is you need to identify your area of strength. Yes, find out that thing you are passionate about that you know you can do without mistakes. Something you can communicate perfectly well to even the low man, like even to people who didn't even go to school. That thing you're so passionate about that you can freely, wholeheartedly tell people. Yes. And the second one here, be passionate about what you decide to do. One thing about side hustling I can tell you, as someone who is experienced in it for years, is that you need to be passionate about any side hustle you choose. Because if you're not passionate about it, I can bet you if you do it for like, it won't even be up to a month, you get tired and then you drop it. So another one here is start small and build up gradually. You need to start small and build up gradually. And this one works perfectly well for dropshippers. You necessarily don't need to buy those things. You can get suppliers, market those things. When someone places orders, then you buy. You see, it's easy. It's something you can do right from the comfort of your home, your school, your job. Yes, that's the idea. And another thing is that you have to be patient and persistent. If you're not a patient person, you can't manage a side hustling business. You can't manage a side hustle. That's another thing you need to know. Another thing, you have to be open to feedback and criticism from people. Yes. When your customer comes and says, this thing, work, you have to know how to handle that. When you create content and people joke about it, say words that are not friendly online, you have to know how to accept those things. When you render service as a side hustler and your customer isn't comfortable with it, you have to know how to handle all this. Yes, network with others in your industry. You have to look sort of for people who are in the same category of the things you do. Then you network with them. Don't just limit yourself. Learn to expand yourself. Yes. Okay. And another thing is challenges that some side hustlers do have or experience in Nigeria is basically the most important ones, because I know some people will be saying, it's not all about starting a side hustle. What about how do I fund it? How do I go about it? Will I just wake up and start look for a side hustle? I know it's not easy. So, and this is those challenges. I'll be telling you the challenges, and I will tell you things to also do. Yes, so that those challenges won't really affect you. The first challenge you have here is a lack of capital and fund. That one is the most important one. Sometimes you won't have money to start a side hustle to fund yourself. But the solution I have for this is that you necessarily don't need money for all side hustles. Like drop shipping, you necessarily don't need money. You can start pre-ordering. For students out there, for young girls, young guys in school, not just in school, anywhere you are, any level in life you are, the way Nigeria is, you necessarily don't need money to start a drop shipping. You can take sample those products online. Yes. Then when someone places order, you collect your money, buy the items, and then deliver to the person. Yeah, so lack of capital and fund, you can tackle that one. Then low market demand. Yes, low market demand, because you don't, sometimes people don't get to place orders for what you basically do. So I think the solution to this is that for me personally, I believe in dropshipping. So when customers place order for something, you get it for them. So another one here is competition. We have a whole lot of people. You might have a whole lot of people doing the things that you are doing. You don't need to get started. You don't need to really feel bad about this. All you need to do is to improve your mood of advertising. Yes, advertising helps a whole lot too. You need to improve your way of advertising your products. You can advertise orally, online, use the social media platforms. Not just scroll through your social media platforms, wasting your data. You can start up a side hustle that way too. Yes, use the social media to promote your service. I mean, we can't state more. We can't even, this one is just the foundation. You need to know how to use your social media handle to advertise yourself. Carry your side hustle on your head as you are doing your office work, as you are doing your work, as you are doing your family work, as you are doing anything you're doing. Carry your side hustle. Because sometimes some people that has blown in Nigeria, it's side hustle that blew them. Yes, it's side hustle that blew them. You have to be what? Patient. Another thing is inadequate skills and knowledge. Learn as you start up that side hustle. Start up an online course. Even if it's not a course, start up something that will educate you more and give you some information on that particular side hustle that you picked. Yes, location and accessibility. Yes, you have to look around the environment you find yourself in. You can't just find yourself in the midst of students. You find yourself in the midst of students. You start selling. You start doing selling fish, or you start doing another something that will not attract students to you. If you find yourself in a student area, you know that if you start selling bags, start selling shoes, wigs, content creating, photograph, barbering, sorry. If you start those things, it will attract. You just need to study your environment, then decide on what you will do that people around you will be attracted to. Yes. And another thing here is government regulations and tax. That one is when your company gets big. Yes, that one is when your company gets big. And I want to say something before we come to the end of this show is that side hustling is necessary because Nigeria is, you and I know that it's not where it used to be. Dollar is high, cost of living is so expensive. So Charlie, start up a side hustle. Now it will be hard. From the beginning it will be hard, trust me. I'm telling you the truth. It will be so hard, but then again, you need to start it. As a student, as a stay-at-home mother, as a stay-at-home, even when you're working, you can start up a side hustle. But mostly I'm hitting the nail on students, stay-at-home mothers. You can start a side hustle. Even a side hustle of selling the Nigerian made wares. Yes, you can go to the markets, all these Yaba markets, any market around you, search out for contacts, search out for suppliers, and then start promoting yourself with your social media handles. Yes, and trust me, within months, you might not start gaining money immediately or gaining visuality or attention immediately, but time, as you're constant with it, people will ask for your service. Yes. And that will be all on today's episode on Everyday Nigeria. And I hope you guys enjoyed this ride. I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So please kindly do follow us on all our social media handles displayed on your screen right now. And I promise you guys, we'll continuously bring you amazing, juicy, and informative topics. Yes, I remain your host, Emma. Thank you.